Picture this, it's the late 70s, the era of disco balls, bell-bottoms, and an unmistakable cinematic revolution. In the dimly lit glow of the movie theater, you find yourself captivated by the eerie opening scenes of George Romero's 1978 masterpiece, Dawn of the Dead. The undead shuffle across the screen, and your pulse quickens, an involuntary chill racing down your spine. This is not just a movie, it's an experience etched into the corridors of your memory. Fast forward to those heart-pounding moments, relentless pursuit through the desolate mall, the tension that clings to the air like a second skin, and the haunting realization that survival hangs in the balance. Dawn of the Dead wasn't merely a horror film, it was a collective plunge into the depths of human psyche, a reflection on our capacity for fear, and the struggle for survival in the face of the unknown. Now, let's take a moment to step behind the scenes, beyond the iconic scenes that linger in our minds. There's a fascinating world of facts, anecdotes, and behind-the-camera tales that weave the intricate tapestry of this cult classic. From the ingenious special effects to the quirky on-set happenings, each detail adds another layer to the allure of this cinematic gem. As we embark on this journey of discovery, brace yourself for a ride through the untold stories, trivia, and unexpected twists that make Dawn of the Dead a timeless masterpiece. After all, the magic of the silver screen extends far beyond what meets the eye. Dawn of the Dead, released in 1978 and directed by George Romero, stands as a seminal work in the horror genre. A sequel to his groundbreaking Night of the Living Dead, this film delves into a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. The plot follows a group of survivors seeking refuge in a shopping mall, providing a socio-cultural commentary on consumerism amidst chaos. The film's iconic characters, notably Peter and Fran, navigate the grim reality with both terror and resilience. Romero's unique style blends horror with social commentary, offering a compelling exploration of human behavior in the face of a zombie apocalypse. The film's impact on popular culture is profound, shaping the zombie genre and influencing subsequent works in horror cinema. Its legacy endures through the thematic depth, chilling atmosphere, and a lasting imprint on the zombie subculture. Dawn of the Dead remains a classic, not just in the horror genre but as a cinematic exploration of societal breakdown and survival. The escalator slide, a behind-the-scenes thrill in Dawn of the Dead in the 1978 cult classic Dawn of the Dead. A memorable scene unfolds as Roger, played by Scott H. Reiniger, skillfully slides down between the escalators in a shopping mall overrun by zombies. The surprising backstory to this iconic moment sheds light on the camaraderie among the cast and crew during the film's production. Tom Savini, the special makeup effects artist for the movie, reveals that the escalator slide was Reiniger's idea. Amusingly, Savini discloses that they didn't stop at just one take. Several members of the cast and crew also dared to perform the daring slide. However, Savini humorously notes that attempting such a stunt today would be ill-advised due to the metal posts at the bottom of modern escalators. When questioned if this safety measure was a result of their escapades, Savini chuckles and quips, "I'd love to say that it's because of Dawn of the Dead." This tidbit provides a glimpse into the off-screen camaraderie and adventurous spirit that permeated the making of the film, adding an extra layer of nostalgia for fans of the horror classic. Behind the scenes of Dawn of the Dead in the making of the 1978 movie Dawn of the Dead, directed by George Romero, there were some intriguing behind-the-scenes stories. One of them involves the casting of Scott H. Reiniger as Roger. Romero initially had reservations about casting Reiniger because of a noticeable height difference between him and Ken Foree, who had already been cast as Peter. Reiniger, however, convinced Romero that the audience wouldn't notice the height difference after the first 15 minutes of the film. Shortly after, Romero changed his mind and gave Reiniger the part. Another interesting tidbit revolves around the film's special effects, particularly the use of blood. Tom Savini, the head of makeup effects, wasn't pleased with how the blood mix, provided by 3M, appeared on camera. He found it to be fluorescent. But Romero, the director, thought that this fluorescent quality was perfect for the film's comic book style, and he decided to keep it. Lastly, for fans of Dawn of the Dead looking for a hidden gem, the Ultimate Edition DVD set by Anchor Bay contains an Easter egg on Disc 4, which is titled Document of the Dead. To access this hidden menu item, viewers must watch all the other items on the disc and then select the hidden option, which is cleverly shaped like one of the corpses from the film. These intriguing details provide a glimpse into the decision-making and creative processes behind this iconic horror film, shedding light on how even the smallest of details can have a significant impact on the final product. In the 1978 movie Dawn of the Dead, some interesting behind-the-scenes stories add to the film's legacy. One notable incident involves actors playing zombies who frequented a late-night bar called the Brown Derby in the Monroeville Mall, where much of the movie was shot. One night, these actors got drunk, stole a golf cart, and crashed it into a marble pillar, causing a staggering $7,000 worth of damage. Another fascinating detail from the film is the special effect used when Peter shoots a zombie, played by Nick Meistendrea, in the head. To achieve this effect, a soupcan lid was yanked through the mortician's wax layered on the actor's forehead using fishing line, creating a realistic and memorable moment in the movie. Furthermore, Tom Savini, known for his special effects work, chose his friend Jim Crut to play the helicopter zombie because of a unique characteristic. Crut was notorious for having a low forehead, making him an ideal fit for the role. This demonstrates the attention to detail and creativity that went into crafting the film's zombie characters. These intriguing tidbits shed light on the unconventional and creative processes that contributed to the making of Dawn of the Dead, a classic in the horror genre that continues to captivate audiences to this day. Dawn of the Dead, behind the escalator stunt in the 1978 movie Dawn of the Dead, directed by George Romero. There's a thrilling scene where actor Scott H. Reiniger, who played Roger, slides down the escalator in a shopping mall overrun by zombies. David Emge, who portrayed Stephen, speculates that this daring stunt might have had a lasting impact. Emge suggests that the Reiniger bump was born from this stunt. It's not an intentional stunt in the film, but rather a consequence of Reiniger's slide between the escalators. This unplanned maneuver sparked an idea to install bumps at the bottom of escalators to discourage others from trying a similar stunt. This tidbit provides a fascinating behind-the-scenes look at how creativity often arises from unexpected moments on set. Dawn of the Dead's humorous touch, unlike its predecessor, Night of the Living Dead, George Romero intentionally injected a more comedic tone into Dawn of the Dead. The film's style was influenced by comic books. This decision transformed the horror experience into something more satirical and humorous. By adopting a comic book approach, Romero was able to create a unique atmosphere in the midst of a zombie apocalypse. The film's blend of horror and humor added depth to the story, making it a memorable entry in the zombie genre. The battle against the X rating, the Motion Picture Association of America had initially threatened to give Dawn of the Dead an X rating. This was a significant concern for George Romero, as the X rating was associated with hardcore pornography. Romero vehemently opposed making cuts to the film and the stigma of the X rating. Ultimately, he managed to persuade the film's distributors to release it with no official rating. However, to warn viewers about its intense violence, all advertising and trailers included a disclaimer stating that while there was no explicit sex in the film, it was too violent for anyone under 17. These stories offer a glimpse into the creative process and challenges that shaped Dawn of the Dead into the iconic film it is today. As we draw the curtain on this journey through the 1978 cinematic masterpiece, Dawn of the Dead, I invite you to pause and reflect on the profound connection you may have forged with this iconic film. For some, it's a thrilling tale of survival in the face of a relentless undead horde. For others, it's a social commentary wrapped in the guise of a zombie apocalypse. But regardless of your perspective, Dawn of the Dead holds a special place in the hearts of cinephiles worldwide. Perhaps you were gripped by the suspense that unfolded in the abandoned shopping mall, the tension in the relationships of our survivors, or the sheer audacity of its message. Maybe it ignited a fascination with the zombie genre or even sparked discussions on societal issues lurking beneath the surface. This film, like few others, has a way of sparking conversations and bonding people in unexpected ways. We'd love to hear about your favorite memories, insights, or lingering thoughts about Dawn of the Dead. Share your reflections with us, and let's keep the legacy of this film alive. How has it impacted your life, your perspective, or your love for cinema? Thank you for joining us on this cinematic voyage, and for taking the time to explore the depths of this classic. Your interest and engagement are greatly appreciated. Until our next encounter, keep the reels of your personal movie collection turning.